are you playing at? Hello, everyone.
Hi.
What's
I,
up,
I was just
y'all?
doing my
Welcome to
80s.
another episode of Geekin Out, where we talk about all things geeky and just have fun. I'm your host today, Jermaine Jafir, your Jack of a Thousand fandoms. To my right, oh wait, over there, right there, is Ricky Z, your mom, your producer, your queen of all things digital.
Why are you giving me more kids than I already have? Okay, like I got my two. I don't want no. I got one of each. I got a boy and a girl. Like I don't want no more. Okay,
Check. Thank you. I'm out.
look. Okay, so we're not gonna have a conversation about reproductive rights on here.
Oh
We
no!
ain't. We're
And
not
down
doing
below, we
that.
have Tamon Kane, publisher, writer, and master of horror.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
We'll have a
Oh,
huge fun night tonight. And we're going to be talking about Bayonetta. For those that don't know, it's a really fun game series. Yes, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and engage. Let us know down in the comments who's here, who's there, and if you've played it, if you watched it, what's going on. But before we get into that, we are going to go into our mini segment because we have some discussions that need to be had.
That need to be had.
So, first
mm.
order of business is the CW.
Oh, what the hell is going on over there at the CW?
Ooh, a
Or as
massacre.
Simon like to say, CW, what CW?
What CW?
The look. The
Everything is
CW.
gone.
Okay,
Yes,
Simon,
the
let them have it.
CW,
What's going
the
on?
the CW massacre took place. The CW Red Wedding has
Last
happened.
week, yes.
Everything is gone that people normally watch, such as Charmed. I have my thoughts, but that's fine. Charmed, Legacies got canceled. The originals would have never, but Legacies got canceled. Charmed got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Legends of
Dynasty.
Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow got canceled. Dynasty got
I
canceled.
like Dynasty.
I
Dynasty
did
was
Dynasty
good.
too.
was still on?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was good.
And the thing is, so last week when they were canceling stuff, so like right now they probably have about 9 or 10 shows left for the fall lineup. So they still
Yep.
have the Flash. How I
Yep.
don't know. Um,
Hey,
look, the
The
Arrowverse,
two black shows.
right? All American. I think the All American spinoff.
Yep.
Um, the Supernatural spinoff, Winchesters, which I
Boo.
don't. Okay, and then
An-
that's the
isn't
Supernatural season
MacGyver on there?
17.
Isn't MacGyver on there?
no, he's on CBS.
Well, that's CBS.
Well, CBS is a parent company or one of
Oh,
the
they
parent
also
companies.
have that. Oh, I hate to say this. It's the Asian show. I don't know the name of it.
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. I was going to say something totally wrong and be offensive. Who
Like
did
Kung Fu
it?
is.
I mean, it isn't offensive, but I was yeah. So yeah, that show's still on there. Nancy Drew is still on there. Naomi got canceled, which I'm okay with that because it wasn't good.
I
I only
called
watched it
that.
because she was black.
Batgirl got
Yeah,
canceled.
yeah. Batwoman got
Yeah,
canceled.
Batwoman.
Yeah, we thought that was going to happen years ago, but sure, it didn't get canceled. So we're left with a bunch of new shows that nobody really cares about, and also
New
The
shows.
Flash, which no one really cares about anymore.
I
Thank
mean,
you,
the Flash is life,
CW.
right? So, like, okay, so also if we look these damn dogs. Oh my god. Okay, so look, Peanut and Garnet said I want to be on the show too. Look, Garnet's
Mm.
got a T-shirt on and everything. Um,
Oh,
so the thing is, this is like some more things that are happening to the CW because we know that the CW ain't been making no money. So they're supposed to be selling it off, and then now that like all these shows have been canceled, like yeesh. So like the thing with Legacies is that you're pretty much ending the Vampire Diaries franchise
Yeah,
You're
you
not
are
gonna
ending
you
it.
know you're not giving it like you're not really like wrapping up the
It's not going to
story
go
well.
somewhere else to live.
Well,
Not
they're
that I can
actually
think
doing they're
of.
doing a campaign. They're doing a huge campaign that's
They
I was
are.
watching on Twitter to get it on Netflix for maybe the last season or moving forward. I mean, it could happen because Julie Plec just moved to Netflix from
She
CW.
did. She
Hmm.
did. She did.
She
I
did.
have a
Netflix.
feeling that CW's lack of making money is also why their writing has been so bad because they can't afford to pay writers
But they
good
ain't been
money.
making money since Jump though. That's the thing.
Oh, you mean UPN or WGN or the CW
Right. Warner
or?
Brothers, HBO, they ain't been making money at all. So like that's like the thing though. So
The
like
writing has never been golden, but the writing for Smallville was certainly better than the writing for like Legends of Tomorrow.
but see Smallville is a WB show.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
But so like I think sometimes like at some point like we get kind of confused like which one is like purely a CW show and which one was just like that was carried over into the CW. So like
What
But
I'm
I
saying is the WB had funding. They had
oh yeah.
like more money or whatever, and the writing was a little bit better. Then when they
Hmm.
combined with UPN and CBS to make the CW, and their funding got slashed or whatever, I don't know what the
not
whole issue
Slash.
is.
Something
I don't know,
happened.
but
Uh,
like ever since Arrow season 3, the writing has gone all the way downhill.
but I think it's show specific because Superman and Lois is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Still
Stargirl
going.
is
Yeah, that's
good.
and
I
Stargo's
don't
more
think
on
so.
HBO now.
Yeah,
It's on
it hasn't
HBO
had
Max.
it hasn't
Hmm.
got a renewal yet, so it's probably transferring over. And I guess the ones that HBO Max didn't want, they said
And
don't worry about
right.
it.
I mean, because they got their own Gossip Girl. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
aside from the fact that like they'll just if they could just take all that the stuff from the Arrowverse over into HBO Max, like those folks are going to at least get residual checks.
And you don't even have to take the whole show. Bring Constantine and give him a show on HBO Max. That'll be
Mm,
great.
I
I
mean,
mean,
why not? They keep
they're already
trying.
doing it. They're already doing it, but it's a black guy, a black Brit.
where's
Seventh
my
time is the charm, right, DC?
For everything.
for everything? I just I guess my thing is that how much longer is the channel is the station going to be able to last? If you got like maybe 10 shows top for your fall lineup, like how you gonna survive this next season?
But
You
all the
know,
new
Mm-hmm.
shows that are coming out are all focused on that 16 to 18-year-old age bracket. Oh, no, that's
Which
not our actual bracket, but 18 to
no,
24 age bracket, which is
right,
crazy.
right,
I
and
mean,
so like
that's fine. That's what a lot of the WB shows were focused on because when we were younger, WB was mostly like teen dramas and like family sitcoms.
mhm.
And
And black
then
shows,
those fall into both of those categories though. The
kind of,
Parenthood
yeah.
was a was a family uh sitcom, and
Sister, yeah.
Sister a family sitcom. Jamie Foxx show was a family sitcom.
Was it really?
Okay, well, it wasn't a family sitcom, but it was still a sitcom.
Because I'm thinking like Jamie Foxx, the Wayne brothers, and then like eventually you have like girlfriends, one on one.
Girlfriends and One on One was a UPN
Oh, you're
shows.
right. The UPN. You're right. Girlfriends was UPN, and so
Hmm.
was one on one.
Sister, sister.
But like, so just they're going the way of like they went the way of Fox. So you remember how Fox Network had like a pretty good solid lineup of black television. So Martin, Living Color, Living
Hmm.
Single, New York Undercover, and then when they started to make a little money, they started going a little differently. They couldn't for some reason they couldn't like justify having both. And I think WB had a good mix of both for a little while because I remember watching Jamie Foxx's sister on there, but also like watching Moesha. No, Moesha was CBN. My dang, the kids
Moesha
mixed
was
up.
UPN.
But like Seventh Heaven
WB
and Buffy,
WB gave us simultaneously Jamie Foxx, The
Mm-hmm.
Parenthood,
And Dawson's
Sister
Creek.
Sister, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and
Mm-hmm.
Dawson's Creek,
Yes.
and
And
Seventh
Seventh
Heaven.
Heaven, yes.
Yes.
And
All of
Gilmore
that.
Girls, like yeah. So like I feel like they had a good mix for a while. Like you do some nights would be your black television, some nights would be your white kid television,
Teen
your white
dramas.
teen, yeah, your teen dramas. And UPN had kind of had that thing too, but for some reason when they combined, they just kind of threw the other half away. Like they didn't, whatever reason, they didn't want that demographic anymore.
I
And
don't
fast forward
remember
now, where all we have is
UPN.
superheroes, or
What didn't happen to UPN?
yeah. Hey, Voodoo Saga. Wow, UPN. What happened to them? A yard sale. That's what happened.
Right.
A whole
All I
yard sale
remember
is what
from
happened.
UPN were black sitcoms
Ooh,
and Star Trek. Like they
Did they
had
have?
Star Trek on lock,
Mm-hmm.
but that was all
Oh,
they
and
had.
wrestling. And wrestling. Yes. UPN had
No, that was
wrestling.
TBS.
and that was
No.
USA. Up all night.
No. UPN had some wrestling like Tuesday nights. I promise you it did.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
remember
like,
that.
I promise you. It did. It did. It did. But there was a mixture. But like when they combined them, they didn't seem to get like the best of both worlds. They just wanted one section, and then here we are, 10 years
Superheroes,
later.
Mhm.
supernatural, and
They just wanted to go full into the teen supernatural drama.
And like
and now
very nichey at that too.
very niche. And now
Very
everything
niche.
is political driven. Somebody's poly or bi or they're black. And it doesn't make sense. Or I mean, it's just the network just has to go.
You still mad
We're
about
done.
Constantine?
I'm mad about Constantine. This is only happening because they canceled Secret Circle. If they wouldn't
Look,
have canceled Secret Circle,
Mhm.
none of this would have happened. They got cursed.
and folks were really wanting was it the Wayward Sisters for Supernatural? They wanted that
Yeah,
Wayward Sisters, and that
I
didn't
wanted to
work
see it
out.
too. But now we got a prequel about their parents.
I mean, who asked?
Why?
Somebody did.
See,
We know they live long enough to have kids.
Right.
And we know they die anyway. Thanks.
That too.
right?
Buffy and Angel as humans. Wonderful.
Cool. That's what I got reruns for. I don't need all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this it's weird. And then like what was it? There's another thing that like the folks wanted but didn't really come to fruition. I don't know. There's a couple of
Um.
things.
Oh,
Like
A
that
the,
show.
good
That
Batman
show.
show.
That yeah. Oh, don't get me started about what they do. They have a new Batman show called Birds of not Birds, but
Gotham
it's a video
Knights.
game to Gotham Knights that which characters, and this could just be me, that nobody knows. Okay. They
they
have
tried to do Birds of Prey for a little bit, didn't they?
they
Yeah,
tried
they
a
did Birds
movie,
of
but
Prey for one season back in 2004.
Cause I'm
I
not
love
talking
that
about.
one. I love that.
I'm not talking about the Harley Quinn one. I'm talking about like yeah, they were wanting to do like actual Birds of Prey because they had what's her face
They
um
had Oracle,
mhm.
Huntress, but Huntress wasn't like Huntress. She was more like
Oh,
Catwoman
Catwoman and
Part
Bruce Wayne's
2.
daughter put together. Who's
Yeah.
a
Uh
meta?
huh. Uh huh. For no reason.
Yeah.
I'm meta human and I have cat powers, but not really cat powers, but my eyes glow.
Hmm. My mom doesn't have cat powers though, but I have cat powers.
Right. Where does
Uh-huh.
this come from? How does this make sense?
Hmm.
We're
Thanks a
gonna
The
just
lot.
keep.
entire time I was watching it, I was like, that's not Huntress. That's not Huntress. Oh, and the third girl that was on there is the girl that plays Alice on Batwoman.
She sure is.
Oh yeah.
Well, she was Alice.
You know they like to recycle them actors. They like to have. They got a Rolodex of the same 20 actors they like to use on something.
Yeah, because
You.
Jared
Right?
Padalecki is now Texas Ranger.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's the other one, Texas Ranger. That's the one.
Oh, Roswell got canceled.
Roswell. See, I wasn't down with Roswell though. I wasn't down with Roswell.
I like everything is about people having superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
What channel
So
did the 100 come on? Was that a CW thing?
that was the
The 100,
CW.
but that was good though. But that 1400 got canceled also.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
See,
4400.
Whatever, it's
yeah,
gone.
also canceled.
-5 also canceled.
All gone. They gone. And
Hmm.
what's funny is the most critically acclaimed shows on the CW. There's like two of them that I could actually maybe three. Like Nikita was probably one. I feel like
La Femme
Nikita.
Nikita.
Yeah, I think she was
Not
critically.
La
I think
Femme
that one was more.
Nikita.
Yeah, that one was more critically acclaimed. Jane the Virgin. That's the one that actually won a legit award. And I'm not talking like
Mm-hmm.
I know some of y'all are about them teen awards, but Jane the Virgin actually got like an award recognition. And then Crazy Ex Girlfriend.
All of them were good, actually.
Crazy Ex Girlfriend was phenomenal. I love that show.
From start to finish. This is my sexy
Yes.
getting ready song. My
Mm-hmm.
sexy getting ready song. I love that. I love that show.
So like legit, like, and the things like they have nothing to do with like very little to do with that teen centered
Yeah.
group.
Neither does Dynasty, and Dynasty was good. It really held up to the original, and it was current, and they looked amazing, which is what
Mm-hmm.
Dynasty was.
Yes. Unfortunately, they
It's
just
gone though. See you later.
oh man.
I think part of their issue, one, they're trying to clean house and
They clean it all
get
right.
rid of. They're trying to get rid of everything that they can get rid of that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense or whatever. Like cut everything while it's still good. I guess. I don't know, stuff that's superfluous, stuff that won't be still there when they leave. Because even though the CW is leaving, somebody gonna come in and take that spot, and they're gonna take with them all the shows that are left on the CW.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, from what I've heard, and this is someone who has not actually watched Legacies was look. Don't give me that look. Like the reason why they're pushing for season 5 is because it's just now getting for some people really good.
Yeah, it is.
So like the first 3 seasons were like meh, and then this last one has been really good for a lot of people. And then so they were like, can we at least get a 5th season to wrap things up?
Honestly and
Billy
truly,
says,
they
cleaning
deserve
or
another one.
burning down the house.
All
Sure
of it,
did.
Billy. All of it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
think
on fire.
Legacies deserve another season. They are really at a and they're annoying because they go on break every other week now.
Mm-hmm.
But they deserve another season because they're really tackling some stuff. And plots are starting to unfold that's been building up for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
But
Well, at least Matt Davis is unemployed. That's all I can say.
no. Oh well, I forgot we don't like that part.
We don't like him. We don't like
I
him.
take back my sympathy.
But then
At least Matt Davis is
also a lot of their
unemployed.
failing can come from them just making bonehead decisions, such as green lighting Naomi. Who did that? Because
It wasn't
that
good.
was
Mm.
Naomi wasn't good. It wasn't supposed what. So let me tell you about Naomi.
Tell me, because
Naomi.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Naomi is a full series, like 22 episodes or something like that, right? It's supposed to be 22 episodes, 13 episodes, something like that. It's a half season or full season.
I think it's a half season.
Okay, so half season, 14 episodes, whatever. It's a 14 episode series based off of a 6 issue comic book miniseries that pretty much read like a backdoor pilot. It is a mini series from 2019. This character has been in those 6 issues and 2 issues of Teen Titans. And in those 2 issues of Teen Titans, that's where she gets her superhero costume and name.
Let me just go ahead and just go back to watching Young Justice and call it a day.
Out of all the characters with decades of history, to pour through and stories and stuff. They gonna get this new girl with
Zatanna.
one
Excuse me.
story. They were like, oh, but she's black and
Perfect.
bisexual and brave
Perfect.
and
And she looks good in
first of
braids.
all,
Perfect.
the
I just.
premise
So that's
of the comic book was interesting. It's this girl that has like sort of an obsession with Superman. She's a big fan of his because he's the big blue cheese. He
mhm.
saves everybody, and she lives in this little tiny town where nothing happens. And then for 17 seconds, Superman crashes into town while fighting some other supervillain, and then beats him up, causes a little bit of damage, and then flies the hell out.
just
And
like a superhero.
and of all people, she missed the entire thing. So now
Oh,
she's going around like, oh, did you see it? Did you see it? She's trying to like piece it together because she runs this online blog, and it's like the second highest Superman dedicated fan site in the world. So she's trying to get interviews for it, and that leads her to someone saying, oh, stuff like that hasn't happened here in 15, 16 years. And she's like, well, what was the last thing that happened? Oh,
You.
nothing. So everybody's trying. So then that leads her on this whole other mystery.
That's exactly how they are. That's exactly how they act on the show. Oh, nothing. But all the evidence is there.
hmm So she ends up going on this whole quest to figure out what happened 15 years ago. What happened? What happened? Turns out it's her. It was her being brought there as a baby, during some other like intergalactic thing.
Because people are always fighting each other for planet Earth 1605,
some
whatever.
other event.
Well,
Whatever.
what had happened was she was her mother was running from somebody while fighting them, and she jumped into a portal, landed in that town, fought them in that town, and then like either died or ran away. I don't know,
She
but
died.
she left the baby behind. Like either she left the baby behind or like a Thanagarian found her and was like, "Aha, I'm gonna kill it." Oh, I can't kill it. Here, you guys take care of it. And now that I'm stuck here in this town, I might as well just, I don't
Become a
know.
mechanic and mind my business, but train her one day. Listen,
What?
Naomi was a lot and not enough at all times. She had a friend. She had a Scooby crew, as you're supposed
Oh
to
yeah,
in
they
these
gave
shows,
her a
right?
Scooby crew
That's
And they're
cute.
all
because
ridiculous.
every
No,
show
they're
gotta
not.
have one.
They got to apparently.
There was a love triangle between two guys and potentially a girl, and then because all shows have to have that now in 20 whatever this year it is, and so you have that, and then she loves her parents. They love her so much, but they've been lying the whole time, and then you find out that they're actually aliens too, and then you find out that they're not her actual parents, just something else, and it's just a big mess. I still don't know what I watched
I'm, I'm so confused, and yet I don't
exactly.
need. Yet I don't need to watch anything more. I
Basically, a
don't
whole
No.
know.
lot of nothing happens. Also, they changed her powers.
Oh,
Uh,
she's stronger
is
than Superman,
is
right?
sexual okay? Voodoo Saga or Voodoo Sage asks, is the sexuality a big deal in comics / video games? That depends on who you're asking.
right.
What
Because
do you mean by
for
sexuality, Voodoo?
they mean is it important to players if a character is gay, or if is it important to the story if a character is bisexual or pansexual or straight even.
Oh, okay, okay, I
And
get it.
for some instances it is because it's part of their story, such as Ken Masters from Street Fighter. His story, if you follow the Street Fighter story, he has this whole like romance with his girlfriend Christine, and you see his life unfold as the games go on. He goes from dating her to marrying her to having a kid. That's his story. So his being straight is part of that story.
Yeah.
But it's not important for a character like, I don't know, Sakura, whose whole story is I I love Ryu and I'm gonna be like him one day. Like it's completely irrelevant to a character like her. But if for one episode or something they make a character that hasn't had anything, like hasn't had their sexuality stipulated before, and the player and the writers are like, oh, they're LGBT, then fans either land in, what are you doing? Why are you ruining everything? Or, yay, representation.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have a sort of an issue with that. Like, I'm all for representation when it makes sense and when it's sort of it enhances the story. Like you were saying, like it fits in the story, it enhances the story, and that's something that we're doing it. But not what the CW does all the time, where they just make diversity just because, or like the Charm TV
Mm-hmm.
show was literally one shade from the original complexion of the Charm ones, and now we're just like, oh, we have Latinas, oh, all of that type of stuff, and then somebody's a lesbian, and now there's someone trans on the show. So it's just like they have all these political things just because. Yeah, that's what the world is, but like, does it make
Mm-hmm.
sense for the story? Does it make sense for the story? Don't
They
just
just
make someone.
pile it in.
And some of us don't
Yeah.
all, even though some of us fit into those categories, some of us don't identify as a Latina gay man or a black gay man or whatever you may be. Some people don't identify with those things. So you making this character this way is not what I'm identifying with. However, this other character who grew up in a single parent home, I identify with that person.
I think the one of the biggest problems that CW has had is diversity for the sake of saying they are diverse, even though they do it
Yeah.
very poorly. I mean, like they do it
Mm-hmm.
very poorly. So like even what little representation there is, they do it poorly. And
Hmm.
so like that's the big crux. Like you talk about like Black Lives Matter and have the rainbow pride, like pride rainbow like somewhere, but like whatever you guys do is not that great, and
No.
like I could do without it.
What you're
And
doing is
honestly,
what
sadly,
Go
go.
ahead, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Oh, what I was going to say is sadly, that's how a lot of Hollywood writing is now, where they write
True.
these characters in for the brownie points of saying, oh, they're trans, they're bi,
I'm
they're
sorry. That's not.
lesbian, whatever. Praise us for our bravery of including this character, but they don't really do anything of worth with that character. One of my biggest pet peeves of of there was a trans character in in Shira. There were two of them,
Mm.
but you didn't know. You wouldn't know unless you read their Twitter and went through all the announcements. But if you just watch the show, you just, oh, that's their brother.
I just,
Whatever.
I think, and I think it's because there's so many of these characters that are not considered heteronormative or the standard or the majority are written by people that are part of the majority or the
They
the
are.
global minority, and so like it's lacking authenticity majority of the time, and it's like why, like I understand, cool, cookie for effort, but it doesn't change the fact that it's not good.
It's almost like either
Mhm. Oh,
we're doing this because we care, or is it we're being exploitive, and that's what they
Mm.
do for me the most.
It feels
What I feel
exploited
from it.
most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, all
mhm.
the time.
It's more
All the time it feels that
exploitative
way.
than it is helpful.
Yeah,
Just
and to your
like,
point, Jermaine. To your point, Jermaine. You're right. In those cartoons, they didn't have to have on a T-shirt that says "I'm trans." And
Right.
if you want to just be accepted as whatever you are, you identify with, if that's what you want to be accepted as. You don't have to say, "Hey, I'm a woman. Hey, I'm a man." No,
Mm-hmm.
just then we already know how you're written
Right.
based off your actions. You don't have to do that. And so that's my problem with CW. They want to make it a
Yes,
statement.
however, I feel like if it's a cartoon and you're supposed to be explaining to kids where it's targeted at kids, you sort of have to at
Oh,
least explain a little bit of that to them.
yeah,
Like
for
you're not just
sure.
going to be like, oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or uh, Double Trouble, who was non-binary, and they
Yeah.
went by they them,
Very true, Billy.
and Billy Berserker says, I remember some pushback against black exploitation back in the 70s. You can see some of that now with gender orientation character stories. Yeah, you can see some of that because, well, for me, part of it is that it's not carried out right. It's not that they're
Mm-hmm.
there. It's more like, what are you doing? What is the story?
Right.
Do we
Why
know how
is
many
it?
people of color write that show? Homecoming. It's one of the black shows on CW now. It's
Oh,
called
that's
Oh,
from All American. It's a spinoff for All American. Like, I'm not
Right.
sure.
I mean, it's a show about going to a HBCU and that whole
Mm-hmm.
experience. And so, not saying that you have to be black to go to HBCU. However, there are some experiences that you may not.
If you're talking about the black experience of going to the HBCU, then
Then you should probably be someone
mm-hmm.
who's black who went to an
Probably be
HBCU.
somebody from
right.
the, yeah. Well, we're going to
That's
take
all I'm
this up
saying.
with the owner of Great Value and their Juneteenth flavored ice cream.
Ooh, stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay.
And
Wait,
they're trying to copyright it too.
favorite flavored ice cream?
Yeah, they
What
trademarked
flavor
it.
was it?
They're trying to
They
trademark it.
trademarked it, which is
What
Did
flavor?
they
worse.
did the trademark did it go through or is it officially trademarked?
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
what is it? What is it supposed to? What is it
Okay,
supposed
so Great Value, the Walmart brand of anything, they have an ice cream flavor and it's red velvet and is
Of
it
course
cream
it is.
cheese?
Yeah, red velvet usually.
We all know that the black flavor is butter pecan. Hello.
Hello, duh.
Hello.
I love butter pecan.
I'm sorry, but
Right?
ask your
I'm gonna get some
Meemaw
tonight.
if you ask your Meemaw, she's gonna ask for some butter pecan.
But
And there's
also outside of a pound cake, what else is Mima gonna make? One of them cakes she's gonna have. There's gonna be a red velvet cake somewhere.
Ooh, I
somewhere
want a
someone's
butter
gonna make a red velvet
pecan
cake.
ice cream with pound cake pieces in it. Look what you
Mm.
did.
Let's trademark that.
Okay.
But
That
yeah,
should
so
be Juneteenth ice cream.
right. So
Let me.
Great Value is trying to trademark Juneteenth. Like trademark Juneteenth.
Actually, they did
the
already. They did back in 2019 when Juneteenth was made into a national holiday
That's so stupid.
How can
for
they do that if
2020.
it's a national
Whichever
holiday?
whichever one of those years where it was made into a national holiday,
I think that
they
was
trademarked
2020.
it that September.
It was after we were freed, right? Sorry.
Stop it. Stop it.
I hate you. You know what? On that
I
note, we're
hate
going to go to commercial. And when we get back, we're talking Bayonetta. Hi, Julian. Welcome to the show.
Right.
I'm back.
We'll be going to commercial now. All right, let's go.
What I'm supposed to be doing. So it just, I think that was like a real turning point for me. But what about you? What do you think? Or have you had that moment?
So I don't necessarily like dealing with absolutes. I enjoy having absolutes, but like for me personally, like I don't want to give absolutes in the case that it does not happen that way.
Please listen in on the discussion.
Hey y'all, that was a snippet from the premiere episode of Black Girls Hyper Focus, which is a show on Twitch with me and my friend Tara G. Noir. In full ADHD fashion, we did not actually record the first episode, but we got like one little clip off of Twitch. So
Oh
there you
no!
go.
Hey,
That's how
There you
that
go.
it's a secret.
You forgot to press the button. Is that what?
You know, it's we're on OBS, so but on the Twitch account we didn't click on like video on demand. So like we record it and hold it on Twitch for a few like weeks, and then we could like download it through to for our own taking. But that's okay because we're gonna be on the air again on Wednesday. 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Black Girls Hyper Focus. Get into the hype, y'all.
Ooh,
Yes.
get into it.
We're like, ooh, something shiny, and then that was it. They were off to the races.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bayonetta, y'all.
So we're talking Bayonetta today now. So before we get into it, before we dive all the way into the dark mysteries, let me tell you guys about one, the little bit of history to catch you up, and two, the drinking game. As we know, every week we have a drinking game for our main topic, and this week's drinking game phrase is witch time.
Is what is it?
Witch time.
Which time? All right.
Like witch, or like WHI.
I think it's
Just
witch.
like that. Just like you see
I mean,
below.
I just feel like I should
Oh,
be
witch.
drinking like
Thank you. Hemlock. I'm sorry, that's hemlock. Well, mine looks a
Hemlock.
little magical, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
What
I'm sorry.
potion you got?
Random memory unlocked. Hemlock Grove. Oh my god.
Oh, that was on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Random thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. My bad.
Wait, what?
It's
What?
Jen.
Who died? What?
We got it. We are answering all the questions, and we're ready for you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just had a random memory unlocked. Okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
should be on Riverdale with
So,
that.
Bayonetta is a third-person, like action RPG type game. Sort of like it plays a lot like Devil May Cry or God of War, games like that.
Yeah.
You run through, you fight enemies, you gain weapons, you fight a different type of style, equip the weapons, gain powers and abilities throughout the game. The fun is in the characterization. So Bayonetta came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 way back in 2008. She's this cheeky, like modern black witch. She's what's called an Umber witch. She's the last of the clan of Umber witches, which are witches who channel their powers through their hair. So the longer their hair is, the more powerful they are. Bayonetta wears this super slinky black costume that's just on her. It's like this black cat suit adorned with like gold and like little red ribbons and everything. But what you don't know is that whole suit is her hair.
What?
Yes.
How do you wash that?
That's all my favorite. We loved it though, but my favorite is when she does her like transformations and she's all ooh, ah, ooh. Okay, so she'd be wearing like a regular dress and they'll like slice her at like very like at very strategic.
I'm just saying because like whatever her hair is doing, it's got her sitting. It got the girl sitting real nice. Okay.
She gives me real Aeon Flux, and so that's what I.
So she's very campy, very sexual, she's really hot and she knows it. So she walks into a room like she's the hottest one there, and that's so much fun. So
she's Catwoman.
Hey.
Basically, but her weapon of choice are pistols, and she has these pistols that shoot the villains are like these angelic monsters. They're called angels, but they're mostly monsters, and they are the henchmen of this other group that hunted down the Umber Witches during the Salem witch hunts. So the witch hunts are on, and the Lumen
But
Sages are after them.
yeah, all the Lumen Sages are men, aren't they? Isn't it technically? Isn't it very like
Yes. Well,
way?
yeah, Lumen Sages are men mostly, and Umber Witches are mostly women. Like the coven is mostly female.
Yeah.
So do they wear white? What are the lumen? I assume they on the side of light.
Lumen Sages mostly wear white.
Yeah.
They're
White and
supposed to be
feathers.
the
So
title.
many
I love
feathers.
that.
White, gold, and feathers.
Yay.
Golder is
Honestly, she takes this take on it that I really like. That I feel like okay, random reference, but like Acolyte is gonna do for Star Wars, where like they kind of explore someone who's like really really light side, but they're so light side that they're dark side in a way. You know, so it's like it's very much that like all the Lumen Sages are all supposed to be walk in the light and all these other things and angels and stuff, but they're really kind of like the bad guys here.
Oh
So,
yeah,
uh-huh.
like that group from the Wheel of Time
Mhm.
that
yeah,
turned with the
like
witches.
white folks. You know what I mean? They're
Mhm.
they're so zealous in like their purity, I guess, that they're kind of bad guys in a way.
Can we
Yeah.
Yeah.
can we take notice of Billy's like Jessica Rabbit's reference here? She's
Uh-huh.
not
I thought that
bad.
was
She's just animated.
Yes!
Hollywood.
Oh my god! Yeah.
That's Jessica Rabbit. Like
Yeah.
I'm not bad. I'm
Oh,
just
I thought
talking
it,
that way.
Hollywood
I thought it was Hollywood from Cool World.
from Cool World.
No, that's Jessica Rabbit.
It probably is just
Okay.
oh,
It is
they
Jessica
probably
Rabbit.
both said a
It could be
rendition
Cool
of it.
World as well, though.
Because she was in Cool. She was in Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I promise you that is straight up a line from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I promise
Yeah, it is
y'all.
from Roger Rabbit.
Billy, let us know,
Okay.
please. Please settle this, please.
Maybe it is
Billy.
in Cool World as well.
Billy, hello, hello,
Billy,
Hello?
clear it up.
Hello?
hello.
Billy, no!
so anyway, Bayonetta comes out on 360, super fun. Then it comes out on PS3. It doesn't run as well, but it was okay. Doesn't come out on the Nintendo. It's only but it doesn't do the numbers that they wanted it to do.
Wait, it's not out on Nintendo, but don't they partner with Nintendo? Because there's like Nintendo skins or something like that.
I'm getting
Her
there,
skins or
Julie.
hair.
I'm getting
Well,
there.
yeah, you know what I mean, like Nintendo models and stuff like that.
I'm getting
Which is
there.
like,
So
okay, all
so
right.
Platinum Stars, which is a subsidiary of Sega, they were like, "Hey, so you guys want us to make a sequel?" And PlayStation was like, "Maybe," and Xbox was like, "Nah, y'all didn't sell nothing."
All they have to do is give
So
Bayonetta.
PlayStation is playing around with it, and then Platinum Stars is like, "Well, do you guys want to or not? Because we're coming up on a deadline. Like, we have to know if we can keep the lights on." And PlayStation's like, "Nah, Bayonetta was nice, but
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We'll need another one. We
We're
have Devil May
good. No Bayonetta 2." And then Nintendo swooped in, and they're like, "We'll pay you to make a sequel, and we'll pay you extra to make it exclusive." Like,
We'll take all your fans.
So this was quite a move because Bayonetta is super sexual, super foul mouth. Like there's F-bombs all throughout that game.
Yes.
There's this one, so she can steal weapons from villains, right? There's this one staff where like she has this whole spear combo, but she has this like special finisher where she'll stab it into the ground and do this whole pole dance to kill everybody on the
I love
field.
it. Yes, Jocelyn Hernandez.
Also, her weapon of choice are pistols. She has not a dual pair. She has 4 pistols she uses, 2 in her hands and 2 that she wears on the back of her shoes as heels.
Yes.
And she can fire from all 4 of them at will.
Yes.
And one of my favorite moves of hers is breakdancing, where she'll get down and she'll do air flares and shoot all 4 of her guns at everyone on the screen. And then when she finishes, she'll like land on like her elbows, knees, and wink at the camera. And then the camera will snap like there's a paparazzi like right there watching.
It's so campy. We love it though.
That's a lot.
Yeah, she's very campy.
It's a lot, and I love every minute of it. One of the things that immediately made me love Bayonetta is the ambient. The music is very ambient, very nice, very jazzy, whatever. When she gets into a fight, the minute the villains show up, the music switches to this like jazzy electro pop. And I've never seen anyone's fight music show up with lyrics. Her whole fight scene, this woman is singing in the background.
Yes, it's a whole lyric video.
And
I'm looking at her gameplay. I would actually play this game.
Yeah, the gameplay is like God of War, like Soul Reaver from back in the day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like that it's very Devil May Cry, where you just get like mad combos and you do. It's all about the flair and just like fucking shit up.
Yeah, that's why. I'm loving
the
this.
Combo, the flair, and then we get to her powers.
She's a bard. No, she's a witch. She's an Umbra witch. Bitch knows everything. She can do anything and everything.
She's empowered moon.
Is it bad that I was thinking like Barb, like as in like a Nicki Minaj fan? Is that bad?
She's definitely that for sure.
Is she a Nicki fan or a Cardi fan?
Oh, no, she'd be a Nicki fan. Her sass says Nicki.
I think Nicki should play her. And you said this character is black, but I don't see it.
Her whole demeanor.
He said, "I don't see it."
I don't.
Come now, there's this one dude that follows her around everywhere that she calls Cheshire. He's so annoyed by it every time. She's like, "Oh, hello, Cheshire. Well, there you are." He's like, "Don't call me. My name's Luca." She's like, "Whatever, Cheshire."
Oh,
that's how she talks.
I love it though. She's so sassy in a very campy way. I love it. She's over the top of it.
Oh my god, Billy. Why? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Bad joke break. Okay. Billy says, "Okay, did you hear about the pirate choir?"
Oh, this is stupid. Pirate choir. Yes.
They were stuck on the high seas. Sweet baby Jesus.
Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that.
And
then
the second part to it, the follow up.
Ariana Grande. Yes.
Ariana Grande.
Right.
That was good.
No, the last one. The last one's the best one.
Oh my god.
Started from artists that had booty.
Oh no.
I don't want none unless you got buns.
So bad.
What would Bayonetta do to this?
So,
Bayonetta's got
here
all
comes
the
the spoilers.
Oof.
Spoilers? Oh, did they put up
So in the first game, she's just doing Umber Witch stuff, beating up angels, whatever. But it takes her on this whole journey where she's protecting this little girl that's being chased by the angels. And it leads her down this road of finding out her past. But also, along with the angels, comes this other Umber Witch named Jean. And she's out for kill. Like, she's out to kill. And it's super fun having another Umber Witch to fight her because they have similar powers, but she's like faster and she's like got white hair and like this red jacket jumpsuit thing. Super fun. Super fun.
What's her name?
Jeanne.
Jeanne.
Jeanne. I think something like that.
Jeanne.
She's on the promo. That's who that other chick is. I was like, oh, I know her. Intentionally.
Oh, I like her. She's someone I would probably like.
And eventually, Bayonetta figures out her whole past and everything and how she ended up where she is and what Jeanne is to her, what Jeanne was to her. They were like friends or whatever back in the past. And then Bayonetta sort of got sealed away. Once she got revived, Jeanne was like, oh, it's her fault that the Umber Witches are all dead now because she was supposed to be the chosen one way back then. And now the Umber
got sealed away.
Huh?
It wasn't her fault she got sealed away.
Not sealed away.
No, it wasn't. And Luca blames Bayonetta for the death of his father. But he's still trying to prove it. But it turns out that it wasn't her that killed his father. It was angels, but he can't see angels. Only those with magical powers can see angels.
That's fair.
Or the demons.
That's fair.
Only she and Jeanne can see them, basically. And Balder, the leader of the Lumen Sages, and he's some bullshit.
I hear.
He's after Bayonetta because she has the other half of the treasure that he's after, which is what's called the Eyes of the World. It's basically like what gives her powers. And he's trying to drain all her powers so he can summon this giant stupid monster to do whatever. And he can rule everything through the church unchallenged. But she and Jeanne combine powers, beat him, beat Jubileus, and then live happily ever after until Bayonetta 2. So now we're back on Nintendo paying platinum stars for Bayonetta. So they pay them, they're like, make Bayonetta 2, we'll pay you extra to make it exclusive. Fine. So they make Bayonetta 2 and they make Bayonetta an exclusive Nintendo character from this moment forward. But Nintendo's never had a character this crass, this sexy, this violent before because there's lots of blood.
Yeah.
Bayonetta does this thing called a torture attack, where while she's fighting enemies, she can use some of her super gauge to summon like an old school torture device, like the Rack and Iron Maiden. Any of these torture devices, he will like summon them out of nowhere and torture them until they die.
I'm for it.
And that gave you extra points.
I mean, for female empowerment. I mean, torture that man.
Don't CW me. Don't CW me that. Yeah. We know.
So to make up for that, Billy Berserker says
he said her ultimate
torture attack sounds like something my ex-wife would have, but hers is totally mental torture. Oh no!
Oh, Billy, we're sorry. We need to put it like a. We
need what? Oh, we lost your audio, sir. Right in the middle of it.
Guillotine, that's my favorite.
The guillotine, yes. That is my favorite.
Yes, it is.
There is a guillotine summon.
Yes, is there even better?
Mm-hmm. And also, her other finisher, aside from the torture attack, is when you're fighting bosses, she can summon demons. And half of my favorite thing, one, when she summons demons, she has to do an incantation. But also the incantation comes with a very specific dance. So she has to dance to do a summon, do the summon with her incantation, but also the demons are transported. They can't fully come into the world, so they have to take form from something else. And she uses her hair to transform into the demons. So the demons form from her hair, which is why when she does a summon, she's mostly naked because her hair changes from being her costume to being the demon.
But they don't actually show her naked, but they show skin, but they don't show
She's
her
mostly naked. Like she still has some hair left, but most of it is gone.
Oh, that's cool.
And she has some of the coolest demon summons.
So where's
there's a giant dragon that she uses. So now, later this year, Bayonetta 3 is about to drop in November on the Switch. And I've been waiting. This is the whole reason I switched years ago, because Bayonetta 2 was so much fun on the Wii U. It was too much fun.
Yeah, on the Wii it had to be, you know what I mean? Because it, like that hack slash feel, like gameplay, be really cool. You know, it's different on a controller, and it's another thing on a Wii controller because you're moving your hands and your arms and stuff. So it's got to be so much more.
It was on the Wii U, not the Wii.
Oh, ooh, okay, JK. It was a controller.
It was still handheld.
JK. I was gonna say,
the fun part about that was, since Nintendo didn't have Bayonetta 1, they only had Bayonetta 2. Then Platinum Stars ported Bayonetta 1 over to the Wii U, and that disc came with it automatically if you bought Bayonetta 2. So it just came with both games.
Oh, you get 2 in 1. That's cool.
Yes. And it's sold like that on the Switch as well. So if you go out and you find Bayonetta 2 right now, it will come with Bayonetta 1 as well.
Yes, 2-in-1 game package.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that then.
Yeah.
I just gotta take the Switch from my kids.
And since Bayonetta isn't super like blowing up like God of War or Devil May Cry, then it's still priced sort of reasonably. Like it was like $40 when I bought it, but still,
nice.
It was not $90. So Bayonetta 3, the trailer just came out for it. It's coming out later this year in November. I'm excited. She's got new moves. Apparently, like, you can play as the demons that she summons as like kaiju while you see her dancing in the background or in the foreground.
Yeah. That's so Final Fantasy.
She has to dance to control them. Which time?
Sage, what are you trying to do?
It's so Final Fantasy.
Voodoo Sage drinking a lot which time? One, that's our cue to drink, and two, I have to explain which time to you. So one of her powers is called Witch Time.
Here we go.
It's basically her dodge. If she dodges at just the right time, that activates Witch Time, which slows everything around her down and gives her more time to just up that combo and do all sorts of terrible junk.
That's kind of cool.
Also, she can I don't know if witch time is one of the is the reasoning behind it, but
Oh,
no, it's Umber Walk. So when there's a full moon, then she has the power to walk on walls. She can stick to
Wait, so they have.
walls and
Go ahead.
what?
That means they have to have some kind of system for like day and night, yeah. And not
Yeah,
only that, moon phases. That's pretty cool. That's cool that they would
yeah.
incorporate something like that. But so then
And
it goes by game time, yeah, which is usually a little faster than real time.
yeah, it's a little bit faster, but usually it's like it also depends on the stage. Like the stages are designed for her to jump around that way.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Also she has anime, like she can transform into animals depending on the totems that she's coming around. So the ones she normally transforms into are the Way of the Crow, which allows her to fly for short distances. She'll turn into a crow. Or the Way of the Raven. I think she's a raven. The Way of the Panther, which allows her to super speedily run through the area as a panther, and it's gorgeous. Her panther form is gorgeous.
Mm.
The Way of the Snake, which turns her into this gigantic cobra, and that lets her swim through the water. And the Way of the Bat, which activates right when she's about to be hit. If she dodges at just the right time, she'll turn into a flock of bats and then activate Witch Time.
Oh, that's cool. But then the flock of bats, do they attack? Or is that just a dodge move only?
They'll do damage to the enemy, then reincorporate into her.
Okay. That's cool.
And that will allow her to do a longer version of Witch Time than normal.
I know. I'm trying to keep up, guys. This is a lot of Witch Time. I should stop saying it.
I know. So once she became like, she becomes like one of Nintendo's most popular games, most popular action, anything next to Zelda or Metroid. So to help boost her whole thing, they put her in Super Smash Brothers.
I was gonna say she's a Smash.
Oh, maybe I'll play with her.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I do know her.
Oh.
And they gave her most of her powers. They don't give her summons, except maybe it's her final smash. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact they give her what's called her Wicked Weave. So Wicked Weave is when she she uses her hair.
Stop!
That is the next salon. When I open up a wig shop, it's gonna call Wicked Weaves.
That's a perfect wig shop for a witch to own.
Oh my god, yes!
That's a good character.
Wig store, yes. Are you kidding me?
I cannot.
I'm taking that
putting
from
your
the record.
extensions with intentions. Get your extensions with your intentions, bitch.
Your extensions with your intentions.
I'm making I'm gonna start a business tomorrow.
With your intentions.
I got. Oh my god, that was too much. That was a lot. That was a good one. So what does Wicked Weave do? Sorry.
So her Wicked Weave gives her basically an extra large boost of power. So she'll do a combo like just fisticuffs, right? Mm-hmm. But if she's doing like a lot, then she'll end it by changing some of her hair into a portal, and then it'll create a giant fist that comes out of the other portal that's just made of hair.
Oh, bitch.
Or a giant foot that stomps on the enemy or kicks the enemy, something like that.
I see.
And eventually you come to find out that that's the fist of Madama Butterfly, which is her patron like demon that gives her a lot of her powers.
Oh,
But
oh
they
so
gave
this,
her the Wicked Weave and Witch Time and and her guns.
Ooh, listen.
did she get any of her sassy catchphrases?
In Super Smash Brothers, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But I don't play Smash Brothers,
Oh,
so I don't know all of the details. Like I tried to get into it, but I always lose myself. I'm like, where am I? And then I die. Oh,
oh
there I
no.
am.
Oh no! Honestly, original OG Super Smash was like my jam. I was undefeated. I had maybe like one rival ever. And, the versions after that, though, different story.
The newer versions are super like they're fun to watch if you can
they're
follow
fun.
them.
I
And
don't like playing with
the
two people, like
characters,
being another
the playable
person.
character rosters are so impressive.
Yeah, I know.
Anything more than two people, I can't play that game because I'm confused on where I am, where they are. Do I need to jump and get to the next part? I don't understand.
Oh no!
Oh no!
But you know what? You're jumping off the edge by accident. Ever do that? That's my favorite.
All the time.
So many people. Isn't
Like,
that?
let me keep doing this move so I can float up.
That's like Kirby. You gotta be
That's
Kirby.
my go-to jam whenever I play Super Smash Brothers. What you
Yes,
mean?
Kirby's everything. That's why. Sorry, random.
I always try to be like play as Sheik. The worst one I cannot play as is Sonic the Hedgehog. He moves too fast, and I just run straight off the edge every time. And I'm like, where do you go? Oh, give
Yeah, it
me
has
somebody slow and painful. I will play Ganon all day.
I think I played with some guy who has a spell book and a sword. That narrows it down,
Marth.
right?
Right, it's one of them. Marth,
That's
yeah.
a Fire Emblem character. I think it's like it's not Marth because Marth only has the sword. The one with the spell book and the sword and the lightning jagged sword thing.
Or some shit like that.
Is Dante?
It's not Dante.
Sure. It could be Dante. Isn't that from Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And there's a new Devil May Cry game coming out later too. A lot of the fans say that Bayonetta is just a Dante ripoff, and that she and Dante are basically the same character.
Rude.
That is rude. Well, I don't know. Is Dante overly sexually campy?
He is very campy and very jokey or whatever.
He's like Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very Ryan Reynoldsy in video games.
Mm-hmm.
Sarcasm cranked up to 10. Okay.
Sarcasm and wit and like hokey jokes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like shoot enemies with enough bullets to make a heart and then like kick the heart out of them. Like,
But whatever. We love her campiness.
That's what we're here for.
That is exactly what we're here for.
he doesn't unlock doors by blowing kisses at them.
Hi.
Hello, I've arrived. You guys, that's what I'm gonna start doing every time I enter a room. That's it. Every time I come in. Hello.
Hello.
Been blessed by my presence.
I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummier.
Golly, y'all.
Meow.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, I love you. Meow.
Man,
Speaking of that, Jermaine, if you had to cast this character in a live action movie, who would you cast?
oh, see, so here's the thing. I was talking about that the other day, and I was all on board for Elizabeth Gillies because she is beautiful.
Nova? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who?
Is she in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Who are we talking about?
No,
The actress you said.
Elizabeth Gillies is the goth girl from Victorious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you
I
ever
was
watch
thinking
Victorious on Nickelodeon?
Gamora's sister.
Oh yeah, because she's in Dynasties.
Who? That's who?
Oh, she's on Dynasty?
Yes, as what's her name?
Is that Fallon?
Yeah, that's Fallon.
Oh, okay. I love her. She's my vote to play Rose.
Oh, she's great. I love her.
I don't know this person.
Yeah, so
if you've seen
all
her,
in
yeah,
for her until I just watched Catwoman Hunted. Elizabeth Gillies plays Catwoman in that show, and I hate it. I hate it so much. The entire time, she's doing the sexy voice, even though the moment doesn't call for it. I'm just gonna talk like this the entire movie through.
Jeez, people here to steal all these beautiful things. What a perfect idea. Thank you, Holly.
But you didn't even do of her. It's just so much sexual tension in everything I do.
She swears she's Eartha Kitt. Oh, sorry guys.
You're nobody's Eartha Kitt.
Nobody's Eartha Kitt.
No one.
I know what she did with Violin.
Eartha Kitt naturally did that. Like
that's what she was. She was a cat.
The only other person that could do like a feline accent really well, aside from Eartha Kitt, is Melanie Britt. That's just me.
Bayonetta is that girl. Sorry, guys. I forgot that I'm on Instagram.
What about Megan Fox?
What about her?
He said, "What about her?"
Oh, don't do her. Megan Fox is flat.
He said, "What about?"
Man.
Don't do Megan Fox.
I'm sorry, but Megan Fox, I don't think could pull it off. No offense.
I don't care.
She could look the part. She
will look the part. Yeah.
But I think Bayonetta is important to get someone who can also play that part, just because her personality.
Yeah, it has to be someone that can play that camp, but still be believable. Like be campy without being beyond.
Shannon Elizabeth.
If that makes sense.
Shannon Elizabeth. Who is she? What did she play?
She was in Scary Movie. She wasn't the lead, but she was her best friend. She was I'm trying to think of some other stuff she was in. She was in Cursed with Wes Craven about the werewolves. She was in a remake to Devil's Night. Of course, all my references will be horror, so that's
I haven't seen any of these.
I'm like, sorry, that's all I know from her. But she was in Scary Movie.
Okay, we'll look her up. What was
it? She's gorgeous.
Oh, wait, no, Shannon Elizabeth. American Pie.
American Pie.
She was yes, she was American Pie.
Yeah, Shannon Elizabeth. Wait, she was like young in that, right?
She's probably aged out of that. Probably that Sydney Sweeney girl from Euphoria.
You see, but Sydney Sweeney has the body. Yeah,
she
does. Not to be like sexist or anything, but no, Sydney Sweeney has a body.
She does. She says she has. Excuse me for saying this in advance, but she says she has the best tits in Hollywood.
Oh, does she?
I mean, if you've seen anything she's been in, they're pretty awesome.
I mean, just Euphoria alone.
I mean, they're pretty awesome.
Euphoria alone, honestly.
Yeah, nobody's denying you, girl. You're beautiful.
Right.
You said she was black. I'm trying to figure out where this black character came from.
Which black character?
Exactly.
Oh, Rodan!
Bayonetta.
Okay, so side characters. So one, there's this little Italian meatball named Enzo.
Okay, that was disrespectful.
This is what he is.
He's like Danny DeVito.
He's basically Danny DeVito.
He's like if Danny DeVito and Joe Pesci had a baby, but then that baby also was like,
the penguin.
Was like the penguin. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh.
And he has that accent. He has that mobster accent, and just
Mm.
talks about nonsense every time you see him. He's either talking nonsense or screaming because he's being attacked.
I see.
But he's like Bayonetta. He works for Bayonetta and Rodan. Rodan is this big black dude that owns the I forgot the name of the bar, but he owns
Of
this
course.
bar that Bayonetta goes to, and he's also her arms dealer, and the way she pays for him is by giving him halos that she collects from killing the angels. Rodan is a fallen angel, and he used to be a Lumen Sage.
Yes.
But then he was like, "Nah, this is bullshit. I'm out," and, and he went to work for them. Yes,
What does he do with the halos?
he fashions them into records or weapons.
Okay.
Either
Sure.
he'll play a specific song, and that will unlock a power of Bayonetta's, or it'll be like, oh, I use these and the remains of this monster, and I made you chainsaws.
It's just what I was looking for. I was in Walmart the other day looking for just the right pair, and I just.
And you know what? I was thinking. And you know what? I was thinking. Look.
Just what
so she can gain a number of different weapons and use them on either her arms or legs.
I love that.
Like it ranges from like her pistols to katanas to a bow and arrow to chainsaws to what other RPGs.
Can she throw a fireball?
She can shoot rockets.
Okay. Okay. We'll take it. They're dead. That's all I want to make sure that people can die.
Oh, that's a great question. Noodle Sage asked, do you think playing Bayonetta as Jean was worth it? For me personally, no. Later on, when you beat the game, you get the ability to play through it again, but as Jean. And for me, that's in both versions, Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. It wasn't because Jean isn't as fun to me as Bayonetta. Her wicked weaves and her summons don't look as good because they're in white. And it's hard to get the demons to look right when they're in white as opposed to when they're in black. I don't know what that is. It's missing something.
It's called irony.
It's called here's
the thing, though. Here's the thing. In Bayonetta 2, you're introduced to a new villain called the Masked Lumen. He's this other Lumen Sage, and he's gorgeous. I love playing as Lumen Sage. He's in all white. His powers are very similar, but he doesn't summon demons or deities. He just has this giant white light or whatever. I guess that's probably why it looks better, because he's not summoning a white hair demon. I don't know why the white hair demons bother me so much. Don't get that look, tomorrow.
We're not going to go to commercial because of me. I'm just chilling. I'm not saying nothing else.
I mean, like, we can go to commercial because it's like we got like 10 more minutes, so let's do that.
Oh, yeah, we got like 5 minutes to go. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
But playing on isn't as fun, and I don't know. Another thing about Jean that bothers me is Bayonetta has some of the coolest hairstyles, and Jean's hairstyles just be as bland, just be boring. In the first one, she has the short hair, so
Wicked Weaves, and we'll take care of her.
Wicked Weaves. Good.
We'll take care of her at Wicked Weaves because we do installations, Wicked Weaves, and
I hate y'all. I hate it.
and manifestation.
I hate it. I hate y'all.
Sickness.
That's
braids, manifestation, whatever.
Yes. Oh my god! Stop! As we're braiding, we're doing the whole like witch.
Yes,
witch hunter braids.
That's actually cool.
That would be great.
Not the witch time braids. Oh,
yeah, witch
braid
time
hair
braid
during
is
witch
good.
time.
Guys, this is it. I'm starting.
Oils.
It would only take like an hour.
That's it. I'm starting a business.
not a whole business. Damn. I hate it.
Oh,
come on down to the Wicked Witch. When yes, ma'am.
Bayonetta 3.
Y'all wrong.
Like in the first one, her hair is piled up high in this like wrapped beehive, and then it trails down behind her. In
Actually, I
the
like
second game, Bayonetta gets this pixie cut, and I'm like, you cut her hair. Her whole power is her hair. Why would you do that? But no, her hair is still there. It's just like, oh, it was retractable.
Yeah. It's part of the transformation. You get me? Because her hair is technically her clothes anyway.
Retractable weave. Retractable wicked weave. Is it like kind of like when you have the string for the blinds? You can just pull it a little bit.
It's exactly how that works. Because you know what? It can be too hot outside. You know, instead of me putting my hair in a ponytail, you know what? Let me just actually draw my hair up. Boom. Boom.
Look, I got a bowl cut and it's versatile.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tomorrow it's 12 inches. 24
Okay.
But in this game, in the upcoming game, her hair is in these two big, fat, chunky braids that go down her side and then around her arms and then come back down her side and form this whole big like bow in the back of her like body.
I love it.
It's like it is a lot. I'm like, that is a lot.
It looks so good
hair.
though.
It looks hot.
It's super cute. It's hot. Oh yeah. But also that lends to how powerful she's become, because the more hair an Umber Witch has, the more powerful she is.
Okay.
Is this a graphic novel or comic or?
I think
not as far as I know. It's only this video game.
It feels like this the magical system in the game is interesting enough. I think that could be
it's super well fleshed out, and I'm like, dang, most shows don't do this much work.
No, they have a movie, Blood Fate. There is a DVD.
Yes, Bloody Fate is basically the movie that plays through the first game. So if you don't want to play the game and sit through all that, you can watch the Bloody Fate movie. It's 2 hours, maybe. It'll catch you right up. It plays through the entire story of the first game.
Okay. Listen, I watched this 5-minute YouTube video about everything Bayonetta.
And that was all I needed.
That's all I needed, because I understand about Wicked Weave. I whip my hair back and forth.
I've been there before.
I gently toss my hair to and fro. We need to go to a commercial for real, and then we'll come back.
So we're gonna go to a commercial real quick, and when we get back, we'll do closing statements and say goodbye. So,
all right.
See you in a couple seconds.
Ow.
Who that?
Who that is?
Who that is? Guys, if you have stories that you're not sure how to tell, if you have stories that you already written, come find me at tkpublishing.info and we can make that happen. We specialize in indie artists, diverse stories, real diverse stories, not CW. So just reach out and we'll get your book published. That was no shade, but
No.
you know what?
Shade.
Shade. What you mean?
Shaded.
Well
Well-deserved.
problem.
Well-deserved shade.
I'm a
The
writer
shade.
of color, but I only write white characters, not out of like, like my design, but like it just happens that way. Do I still count as a diverse
I used to
writer?
feel like that until I understood the world we live in. But I'm sorry, that's not what this is for. Sure, reach out to me. We'll get your story published. We'll flesh out those ideas, and there's other people to explore. Thanks.
He's like, oops, that's not what we were talking about.
I'm sorry, wait, hold on.
He's like, back to the plug.
Hello?
Thank you.
Come on. Hello?
Come on. I mean, me?
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so now we want to hear from you guys. Did you play Bayonetta? Have you played Bayonetta 2? Are you excited for the new game that's coming out this year? If you were an Umber Witch or a Lumen Sage, which side would you be on?
Can you play? You can play as the Lumen Sages. Can you play as that?
You can play as the masked Lumen in Bayonetta 2. Once I unlocked him, that's all I played with.
Oh yeah,
he was so much fun. He uses like this double-sided, like bladed weapon that's just so freaking cool. He's so cool and so ornate. Like, for example, of extra ornate and extra. Bayonetta's side weapon, she'll just shoot her guns, right? She'll just shoot her pistol. He doesn't carry pistols. So instead of carrying a pistol for his like little tappy damage, he throws pure white peacock feathers. And they do damage.
Yeah, he's basically feathers. I get it.
I mean, I got it. Yeah, the angel feathers, but that's cute. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's so fun.
I mean, it's not a wicked weave, but it'll do.
It's definitely a wicked weave.
No, nothing's
Which
going to beat the wicked weave. Or which time?
I feel like wicked weave should have been the game word for tonight. Honestly, like I did that.
That was a good move. We weren't expecting that.
Yeah, that was golden.
Yeah.
So we're going to say we're almost out of time. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Find us on Twitch. Find us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Hover. Wherever.
On what?
He said,
I'll ask you later. No.
Yeah, so find us on Hover and Instagram.
Wherever you get. Find us on TikTok. We're everywhere. Okay, well, mostly everywhere. Y'all know what you're talking about. So bye. We not about to get canceled for you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right. Oh, what are we doing next? Oh, we don't. Well, we will see you next week, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
something amazing.
For something amazing.
Come on, gotta switch up.
It's gonna be the season finale. The season finale next week.
The season finale. Oh no.
Well, damn. All right. Well,
I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Sorry, guys.
It's close.
I was just trying to throw some hype.
You're a month away from the season finale. What you doing?
No, not even that. Like less than.
What?
So look, we'll discuss later. All right, guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye.